I want to ask you about both of you about the psychological part of you were saying that you were training in the psychological part of it. So, like you guys are 2 games to 2, you're going inside, keep game, and you have like the last US Open where you have 16, 17, or sometimes I've seen you being crazy in the 15. I don't lose your mind, so. And all that pressure has watching psychologically, how you train.
So there's many aspects that you train first. You know, when you work on the tactic, I will work by watching matches before coming to my match to analyze and cut down the few parts which is in what I watched, which is really interesting. So I would look at my opponent strong points, the weakness, and then from that I would make a tactic. And then I do visualization. I don't know if you guys know what it is. So it's you see already in your mind what you have to do. So before coming into the court, I have this kind of work to do, and then it helps to anticipate things as well. So during the match, so your reaction is quicker after, and like half of the job is done. So it's really important. So I do a lot of these things.
What about so the tournament you played last weekend in the final? You went 2-1 down, right? Yeah. So then you come on for the fourth.
Yeah.
That was sort of, I think, part of Paris. How do you mentally get back into it?
Every time you have to readapt to the situations. I was 2-1 down, and it's in the high altitude, so it's tough to breathe. And I was tired, but then you can be tired, but your opponent can be more tired. That's the thing you don't know, or you can notice, by the body language. And so I just came back to the court and took my time in between rallies to breathe, and I stuck to my tactic, try not to open the court and play loose shots, try to just play as simple as possible, because with the conditions which are tough, you make it simple, and sometimes the most simple things work the best. So I just stuck to it, and then and just dug really hard to until my opponent fell down. So no, it was a tough match, and I could have lost, but I really wanted it. And sometimes, when you want things, you can make it.
I think it's very similar to what Greg says. I think a lot of the mental aspect, it happens over years of being on tour, of starting to understand yourself better, understand how you approach sport better, but it all happens before you go on court. So for me, I spend quite a bit of time with a sports psychologist, and then also quite a bit of time with my coach and my physio, and especially my coach and my physio know me extremely well, and they're involved in a lot more aspects, in all aspects of my life, to be honest, and not just squash, because we really feel that everything is related to my performance. And if I have an event coming up and there's certain matches in the event that I'm worried about, or certain situations, it can, and it doesn't even have to necessarily be in a match. It could be, because I'm coming from another event, I'm going to arrive late and I'm a bit worried if I'll be fresh enough or something like that. We will, as a group, we'll talk about it, and we'll figure out how I'm going to mentally approach the situation. So for instance, this tournament's quite unique for me because I've done exhibition tonight here in Sacramento, and I'll drive to San Francisco tonight and play tomorrow evening, and that's challenging in itself. And so last week I would have sat down with everybody, and we would have talked about how I'm going to approach it, and get down things that I have in my mind that I'll tell myself that will keep reinforcing the confidence and keep reinforcing the positivity. And the more you can keep doing that, the better chance you have of not letting yourself dip on court, But I think for me, the most important aspect is everyone around me is involved in somehow, even down to my parents, to my girlfriend. They all know what I'm doing. They all they all are on some level have communication with my coach and my physio, and they everyone communicates, and everyone's kind of saying the same things to me about how I need to mentally behave and train. So when I come to the court, I'm 100% ready.
Your environment is really important, so that's why you need to pick the right people to work with, and at the end of the day, this is your decision, but it's your responsibility to, even if your coach makes a mistake, it's at the end of the day, it's your responsibility. You're the one who's choosing who to work with, and I've been working with my guys for a long time, and it's been really doing well, and your environment is really important. So every time there's something going bad, then your head can switch off as well. So you really need to be able to be focused on the sports court. You need outside to be cool and to be relaxed, and that some problems outside can cause problems then on the sports courts as well. So you really need to pay attention to all these things.
Yeah, because if you can organize everything, every other aspect of your life best you can, then when you come to like a pressure situation like going on for a fifth game, you have no tension from anything else. You can be 100% behind what you're doing there, and because I think what sport does, it puts your body under a lot of physical strain, and when you're under that severe physical strain, mental weaknesses come out, whether it's anger or sadness or anything. So you need to have everything else in check. So when you do get under that physical strain, you feel nothing. You're able to just give more.